There we go.
All right.
Round 2.
Yes, I'm excited. This is so fun to be back here.
Oh, I'm excited to have it.
Do a second one.
Yes, yes, for sure. So what has been going on in Donut Darlin's life since the last time? Which is, what has it been? Has it been a year?
It's been a year.
It has been a year.
Now. Yeah, it's been about a year. It's been crazy. I mean, we've had so many opportunities since the last time I talked to you. One being the Kyle Field with the stadium. So that was insane. So Blake Stakes over on University, he asked me one day and said, "Hey, I have this. I'm like in the stadium. I've got a concession stand in there for, his Philly cheesesteaks. He's in town. Look him up. He's awesome. He's really great for letting me bringing me on, this opportunity." He said, "Hey, do you want to do a chicken and donuts kind of concession? I've got this little idea I want to do." And I said, "Yeah, I'd love to. It sounds so awesome." And then about a week later, it was all finalized, and we were like, we've got a concession stand inside Kyle Field. And so we're making chicken and donuts, and, we had come up with some really fun flavors. One was maple bacon, chicken and donuts, and then we had
how do you eat these chicken and donuts?
Okay, so it's donut holes. It's like a cup. It's donut holes and like chicken nuggets that taste a lot like Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. So it's like all mixed in together, and then it's got all of we do one that's like a hot honey, or we have like a jalapeno bacon ranch one too. So that was really cool. They were all super popular. And then of course I had my donut cups in there as well that were just all my sweet stuff. And it all sold really great. We sold out at the South Carolina game this last one. We ran out of donuts in the third quarter.
So that's in the third quarter.
And then in the third quarter.
So you had to did you shut down, or you just like?
No, just had to tell everyone that walked up, because we have people in line the entire time. It's volume. It's a lot of volume in there. It was fast paced. It was super fun. On top of that, I also had. They asked Donut Darlin to come in and have a booth inside the All-American and Legacy Suites. And with that, there's been a whole ton of opportunities as well. We went and met the 12 founders. They brought me into each suite and introduced me, and I talked to them, and I gave them a card. I gave them some donuts and said, if you have any events, birthdays, weddings, any sort of private events or celebrations, then to call me, and I would love to come out and do some things. And I think I'm doing a Christmas party here with the Texas A&M Bush Library. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What goes into that? Like, you just set up outside and people come in to look at all the Christmas stuff?
Most of it's going to be catering, and so they'll buy a certain amount of servings, and then people who are at that private event or whatever occasion that they're doing, they can come up and get their donuts and choose. It's a whole experience. You get to choose whatever donut you want on the menu, and then we make it right there for you, and then just hand it out.
Do you know the dates for that?
Ooh, I'd have to. Oh my gosh, I should have brought my calendar. My gosh, but what's cool is so that brings me to my friend Casey with Busy Butterfly. She's my new marketing girl that's been helping me with all kinds of social media. She built out my website, and so now you can see my schedule on the website with all the different events that we have coming up.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's
cool.
Very easy access. You can get on there and see where we are in town, as well as we do post that on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. So.
But it's nice to have it
just kind of see the whole month of where she's gonna be.
Yeah, instead of see oh, hey, I see you driving by.
Yeah, where is she going?
Yeah.
You can look up and see what we're doing that day.
That's awesome. That's
very
awesome.
Cool,
have you had the new website's up already?
Yes, it is. It's called DonutDarlin.com.
DonutDarlin.com. That's awesome.
It's cool. I know. No one had taken my name yet, so.
I think last time we talked, you didn't have a website. You just had Facebook.
I just had Facebook and Instagram. So yeah, we've grown quite a lot since the last time I've talked with you. So it's been good. It's been really good. We hit the same amount of events that we did in the full year of 2017 in June of 2018. And so we've doubled our events this year.
Wow.
Or I guess 18 to 19.
18 to 19, yeah.
19, yeah. We've doubled our events. It's been nuts.
That's really crazy.
We've been working a lot. Yeah, it's been about doing 4-ish events a week. next week, or I guess it's Sunday. So this week we're going to be at the student bonfire on Tuesday, and then at Lululemon on Black Friday. And then I'm headed out of town on Saturday for an event down in like the Flatonia Luling area.
Working the whole Thanksgiving stuff.
Oh yeah,
like
no, I have to
Thanksgiving
take my
time.
own car to my own Thanksgiving in Oklahoma with my family because I totally booked myself out with events.
So is your family from Oklahoma?
Yeah, we're all from Oklahoma. Oh, I was born in Texas, but my parents both are born in Norman, high school sweethearts.
Oh.
Yeah, moved down here, or moved to New Braunfels, San Marcos area. Grew up there, and then came to A&M for construction. That was the whole construction.
So you still go up every, like, all your holiday stuff? So how do you find time for Thanksgiving if you've got events on
I know,
that
right?
Saturday? You're just going to go up to Oklahoma and come back?
I'll be there for like a night, yeah. Eat the good old dinner, eat it all my good stuff, and then I'm headed back home.
That's awesome. So are your parents proud?
Yes, I hope so. I really sure do hope so. But
because they're both entrepreneurs too, right?
They are, and I actually, thinking about it, I was just talking with a friend. My whole family is all entrepreneurs. Both my parents, both of their parents were both all entrepreneurs, and so I guess it's just kind of a generational thing that it's in the family to just think that way and work that way. And
well, once it's in your blood, it's kind of in your blood.
It's kind of in my blood.
Yeah,
I love it though.
It's hard to switch gears and go, like, coming from a entrepreneur background and in a business. It's really hard to switch the gears. Like, you can't shut that off. I still can't shut it off exactly.
No.
I treat it like I own it, and it's the weirdest thing because everybody else around me, I can see them, they shut off.
Yeah.
And it's a hard thing to do.
It really is. I can't think any other way. I had told myself my sophomore year, whenever I had gotten the trailer, that I wasn't going to work for anyone after I had graduated college. And it's so cool because that happened. I graduated this past May, and so now I'm full-time Donuts. Just traveling around Texas and doing private events for people and, festivals and just really anything.
So what's the furthest in Texas you've been to a festival?
Furthest in Texas, I would say we've gone to Dallas, gone to San Antonio. We hit Houston all the time, and then Austin as well. So, we hit all the big ones, but I guess we've been invited to come to Louisiana as well as Oklahoma, but I haven't.
How's that work with the laws and the regs? And do you have to, like, pay attention to all that, get your license and everything?
Yeah, you have to get a temporary license for each public event that you're doing in that county or city limit. So there's a lot that goes into it that, behind the scenes that people wouldn't think. But, just a temporary permit to go do these little events. And, if you look up on, Texas, just events going on, there's like thousands of festivals within the year.
Yes.
You could book yourself out just in festivals if you wanted to. But I typically love to do the catering with the private events, the special days like the weddings and the birthdays. Really, really cool to be a part of. So.
Do you ever do any, like, kids' birthdays?
Oh my gosh, that's my favorite part. That's my client. That's my client is the 4-year-old toddler. The toddlers are my people. So we actually started going into these donut cakes. I don't know if you've seen them on my social media sites.
Oh, yes. I actually have seen some pictures of them.
Yeah.
And they look awesome.
They're really, really cool.
I was like, ooh, make that in gluten-free. I know you make them in gluten-free too.
Yes, we have gluten-free.
But they look amazing. We talked about it. I was like,
vegan.
oh, that's cool. And then I saw a picture of them. Like, oh, man, that looks so delicious.
It was so awesome. We did one for a bride. It was for her bridal shower. And then we had, a week later, we had one for a little 4-year-old birthday. And it was a hit. They loved it. And I'm really happy we started, breaking into that market as well. That's something I haven't done yet. So that was really cool to do. They're huge. They're like 4 feet tall. These cakes.
The cakes are?
The cake was. It ended up being
4 foot tall? That's as tall as the kids.
Yeah, no. This cake was huge. It was huge. It was my first time making one, and that was kind of the scary part. I said, I told this bride I could make this donut cake, and I've never made one. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna wing it. I'm just gonna do it. Ended up buying the wrong size cone at Hobby Lobby. And the cone that goes on the inside.
Yeah.
And so this thing ended up being like 4 feet tall. So She got a huge one.
She got a gigantic. That's a lot.
It turned out it ended up taking like 6 more hours than I had intended on it taking because I had bought the wrong size.
Did you have to make it the day of, or
I made it the day before?
The day before. And that's a ton of work.
How
many donut holes is that to like fill up that 4-foot cake?
It was more than 200 donuts on that.
Oh my gosh!
On each one, yeah. It was a lot.
It's a lot of stacking.
Yeah, of course, especially when you have it in your head going, okay, this is only going to take 160 donuts. And then that only builds halfway up the cake, and you're like, I bought the wrong size cone.
Oh, no. Like, well, she's getting a deal.
She's getting a good deal here. She's getting hella donuts out there. So it's okay. No, she's it was very fun. And then after that, we did the little birthday, and it was a normal size cake. So back down to normalcy.
Yeah. But that's kind of like, though, I guess the way you operate, though. Just jump. Just go. Do it.
Got to do it. I read this thing on Pinterest or something that said the best time to do it is when you're not ready. So
when you're never ready.
And you're never ready.
Never really
as an
ready.
entrepreneur, yeah. I mean, it's always very nerve-wracking and like, should I take this step? Should I go with this opportunity? And it's really cool that, we've had like a couple avenues, we can pick to go down, which is something that I find very cool and very hard to find is, having more than one avenue to pick, whether we could go through with growing the business through concession stands through Levy and into other stadiums and arenas and things like that. Or we could go another route, get a second trailer. We could build a drive-through. I mean, there's so many things that we could do with it.
Yeah, I knew you were talking about like the drive-through part. I didn't know if that actually came through or you're still working on it.
It did. I'm put it on the back burner. It's not something that I totally just, push to the side. But I did get a lot of time to sit down and think about it. And I don't necessarily want to go backwards, say 200,000 in debt, as opposed to when I don't have to,
Yeah.
At this point, I could either franchise a trailer or get a second trailer and, be able to stay afloat. And, I'm currently looking to buy a house.
That's
so
awesome.
That's like something really cool as well.
That's really awesome.
There's like a lot of things that are happening right now. I'm young. I'm just kind of thrown into the mix of it. And so I kind of want to slow it down. I want it to grow naturally and organically, and I think a drive-through would be a little much too fast, and so I might put that back a little bit and work harder on focusing to branch out the trailer, the catering aspect of the trailer.
Yeah. And then who would you get to run the second trailer? Like you just hire somebody that...
Yeah. So I've actually got a couple of great employees that work for me, and I would love to give them a trailer. And
they could work like full time. It's not like a student type of thing.
Well, right now they're students, and so that's
Gotcha.
kind of the dilemma with it right now. I mean, choosing how to grow, but all my employees are students, and so they all have a full time schedule. And I remember what it was like to run the business and be a full time student, and it was crazy. So I mean, I don't expect anyone to be able to do it, right now. But if it's something that they truly had their heart into, yeah, I'm in. Like, I'm looking to branch out, move out of town, maybe start over in Houston, just a little bit closer so we can still keep all of these events that we do here in College Station because it's only an hour away. So,
yeah.
And then we could, as well branch out and start taking over, Woodlands Market and Spring and Magnolia in that area, and then work our way into Houston a little bit. I know. Let's just saturate the Southwest with Donut Darlin.
With Donut Darlin.
Yes, the Donut Darlin trailers. Why not?
And how old are you?
22.
22. I guess today I was like, I think she's 23. 23.
I'll be 23 in December, so I'm coming up on it.
So almost not even 23 yet.
Not 23 yet.
And you've had this thing for what? How many years?
Almost 3. So it was June of 2017 was my first year.
And so almost 3 years. So as a 20-year-old, you're like,
it was 19.
I don't want a sports car, no Mercedes.
I gave it up for a van.
I talk about that all the time. It blew like the mindset. That's just part of like the way you think. I see you driving by in that, hauling your trailer to an event or something, pass you on the road, and I'm like, oh, it's Donut Darlin right there.
I know. People honk all the time, and I'm like, hey guys, just smiling.
I don't think people realize that's your daily driver.
That's my daily. Yeah, that is my everyday. I mean, I've slept in the van. Like, I want to take a road trip in the van. I mean, I love that van, and honestly, I don't know if I'd ever trade it for another car. I think I'm kind of like van life now. So, and I was little, and I promised myself I'm never gonna drive a van. I'm gonna have a sports car. I'm gonna be, it's gonna be cute and it's gonna be pink. And I traded it in for my cute pink van.
But most people wouldn't want to take that commitment. You know what I mean? They want their cool car. They don't want the van that van.
We got priorities here.
Yeah,
we got priorities. We're in the business of making money, and that van is the bomb. I love that thing. She goes fast. Real fast.
She goes fast.
Her name's Darlene. She's
Darlene.
Yes.
Darlene the van.
Darlene the van.
Oh, yes. That's what we love the van. Like, we want them too. As much as people like make fun of me, I'm like, dude, the minivans and vans in general are awesome. Those little like Sprinter type vans.
And sometimes like I wish I got the taller one, and I always thought the taller one looked a little goofy, but I was like, I don't need all that space. But now I'm like, dude, I could live in here if I had more space.
Yeah, they're functional. They're super functional.
Yeah, they're really cool.
They're crazy, awesome. Like
those Sprinters. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I used to drive some on some like deliveries and whatnot. I'm like, I love this thing. It rides great. It's super fun.
I don't know if the last time I was here, if I had my first van or if I had the one I have now.
I don't. It was wrapped. I know that it was wrapped. Yeah. So I had
a van. I had my first van, and then it got totaled on the way to a sorority formal event with the trailer.
Oh no! With the trailer
and everything. Oh, it was horrible. It was the worst day. We ended up still going to the event, killing it, and the trailer was fine. We were a little bit hurt, but my employee, his name's Russian. He is the best ever, and he goes, no, Taylor, we're going to make money still. We're going to make money. And he's covering his eye. He had the airbags went off, and it had hurt my hands pretty good, and my thumbs, it pulled my thumbs back. And then it had hurt his eye pretty good. And so we're over there struggling, making donuts. And
how'd you get the trailer there?
My sister, so before the van, I had a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Mm-hmm. And I called my sister, and she pulled up, and we picked up the trailer and went back to the house and kind of just sat down and go, okay, what are we going to do? And I said, all right. Russian goes, we're going to the event. And I said, okay, pack up, we're going. And they hauled off the van on a stretcher. and we took the trailer, and we went and made money that night.
That's how much you love the van. You're like, it's a stretcher. It's
not just, oh my gosh.
It's not a tow truck.
I was
in
tears. It was bad. It was sad. It was really sad. And then took a couple weeks to get a new one. Was able to buy the new one, and yeah, now I love it.
But the event went off great?
Oh, yeah, went great.
And did it help you decompress from what had just happened?
It did, because, just making money off of it. And we're like, okay, well, at least we're getting paid.
It's crazy that I can look across and you're like just smiling about this whole event. You're like, oh man, we totaled the van. The trailer was with us, and then we picked it up and took it up there and just had the best time.
We did. It wasn't the best time. It was painful, but it happened. It was an experience, and if you push through, you can do pretty good things, and that's like one of my things, because I've been speaking at a bunch of schools and stuff lately about entrepreneurship and women.
I was actually about to ask you if the speaking stuff was going, because I remember that. It
has been crazy. The first one I went to was at the Rudder Tower at A&M's campus, and I had gotten there and I thought it was going to be maybe a organization's guest speaker, and it was a panel speech with two other entrepreneurs, and I walk in the room, and there's 300 chairs sitting there, 300 empty chairs. And I said, what? I went over and talked to the girl organizing the event, and I said, yeah, am I in the right room? Like, what's going on? She goes, hey, Taylor, yeah, you're here. Yeah, everyone, I mean, it's $8 for a ticket, and we have got a full house tonight. And I'm like...
$8 for a ticket, so they sold tickets to this
to this panel speech. And I had never talked... I mean, I blacked out when I talked about construction to my class. Like, it is not my thing. Public speaking is not my thing. And then, you know... I see all these people funneling in and sitting down in chairs, and there's a mic in the middle of the room where they're able to get up at any time and come ask questions on the spot.
Oh, so it was a Q&A too?
Yeah, it was a Q&A. The whole thing was. And I went up there, and I had the time of my life. And that's when I finally said, this is like, in game, this is what I want to do.
So was it mainly high school students that got up there, or is it like their parents and adults and everything? College students.
Those were college students and adults that had bought tickets to that one.
So it's like a mix of anybody that just wanted to be an entrepreneur. They could just come to it.
Anybody who wanted to hear some entrepreneurs speak about, you know, their experiences and stuff. So yeah, it inspired. I had, I don't know, maybe 10 girls come up to me afterwards and said, I want to start my own business. Can we get some coffee? And, you know, and
can we get some? That's awesome.
I have had probably 20 coffee dates talking about women entrepreneurship and talking about, you know, just the struggles and how to start businesses in different markets and ideas on where to start with an idea and things. So it's just really cool to be able to inspire other girls and even guys to do what they love doing. So it's just so cool. So I really hope that it continues. And we've spoke to, since then, since that first one, we've spoke to quite a few middle schools, elementaries, high schools as well, and then I've gone to a couple different banks in town and just businesses as well who have want a guest speaker for the day for their meeting. And
really,
yeah, it's been wild.
How did they find out about you speaking?
I don't know. I went to Edward. I post about it on my social media. I needed to post about it in like my services because that'd be a cool thing to, you know, just add on there, like, hey, I can come talk to your group of people.
Yeah, I don't even know how to market. I mean, I know you can market it and how, but I don't know how that works. Like how people figure it out and then it goes. Because I actually talked to I actually had him, the day tripper, on the show. The guy that has the PBS show. Yeah, Chet. He's a super cool dude. He's really awesome. Cool. And I went over there and visited his place, and he showed me around and whatnot. And he was talking about one thing leads to another, and then you get like public speaking gigs, and then somebody hears you there, and it just kind of spreads.
It really just kind of spirals, and yeah, from one gig you get another, and the next person who hears you says, I've got a group of girls that really would love. You know, the last one I went to was last week. It was at Aggie Women in Business. Went and talked to about 30, 40 girls about entrepreneurship and how we are boss babes and where we're going to get it. And we rule the world, girls, you know.
Do you do Q&As at all of them?
All of them.
Yeah?
All of them. So on the spot, whatever you want, ask.
So do you prepare anything for this
I've never prepared anything.
Never. You just go in there and just...
And so that's why I was freaking out on that first one, because I had 300 chairs in there and going, I didn't prepare nothing. I mean, I just came to talk about what I do, and then it flowed so naturally and so easy, and I just had a blast.
So you just tell your story?
Tell my story and talk about the struggles, you know, have some few bullet points, you know, where, you know, life experiences that I've had that have, you know, pushed me to go further, and, you know, just hit those. And it just takes one girl. It just takes one person. You need to, if you can make it click in their head to that they can go do their own thing, and they don't have to make someone else thousands of dollars. They can make them thousands of dollars. So that's just like my main thing is, you know, you can do it on your own if you love it enough.
Well, really, like, and you're kind of like, you've kind of lived it, so you can say it.
You've lived it, yeah.
Because
it's proven.
Your fryer,
the whole explosion.
So you've had the actual like things happen that actually formed the business.
And I talk about every one of those. Paying my dad back for the trailer and the briefcase. I talk about the explosion with the fire department. All of the things that should have ended my business.
Because you were gonna be doing crepes and regular donuts.
Yeah.
And then because of those things that happen, like chain reaction of events, you have donut holes.
But you cannot give up. But you have to figure it out. You know, you have to figure it out.
I think that's one of the things I remember from the last time talking to you. Is like you were walking in Walmart crying,
bawling,
trying to figure out how to fix.
There's
this
been
problem.
a lot of experiences with this whole business that have ended in tears, but we always end up finding a way to turn it around and make it something really great. And anything that adds to your story adds value to your business. And I truly think if you stick with it, and people say don't put all your eggs in one basket, but I'm like, do it, dude. Put all of them in one basket. Bet on yourself, sell yourself, and you'll kill it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that. I love seeing people like go for it. My friend Danny, he's doing the same thing. Like he's doing his own deal, like this mobile RV repair thing.
Oh, cool.
Where he was doing it as a job, and then he gets into partnership, and then things went different directions. This path led him into just being on his own.
Yeah.
And I'm like super happy for him because he took that leap to go, no, I really like this. I'm going to do it on my own.
Yeah. And surround yourself. I mean, I always tell people surround yourself with others who have that same mindset. All of my friends now are entrepreneurs.
That's super important, isn't it?
All of my friends are. One of them, Casey with Busy Butterfly. Call her for all marketing needs. I would say Blake over at Blake Steaks. He's the bomb. He was my partner all through Kyle Field, and love him to death. I've even got great friend Blaze. She's a wedding coordinator in Buda and New Braunfels and things. And surround yourself with people who will get you where you want to be, and to support you and carry you and all that sort of things.
That are also wanting to go to the same place as
you're going.
Go
to the same place, yeah.
Like you can't. It's the same thing with anything that you do in life.
Mm-hmm.
Like if down to dieting, down to whatever it is. If you can go to the gym, but if you're not living like you want to lose weight, you're just not going to lose weight. You have to actually.
You have to live it. You have to live it, breathe it, eat it. I mean, it has to be your life, and it's my life, and I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Anything.
It's awesome.
Nothing.
There's freedom, but then there's also a bunch of stress. Like
yes.
People think it's all just glorious, and
it's not. Oh my gosh, glory is talking about it now, it's so humbling because to see where it started and kind of where it's going and where it's at now. I'm kind of at that point right now where I'm kind of at the fork in the road. Like, where do I go with it? What do I do with it? Do I, I've got all these avenues, which is really great, but stressful as to pick, which is the best one for the business, what is the best for me personally, and I'm there. I'm struggling.
Plus the stress of the growth in general.
Yeah, the growth in general. We
were just talking about employees and hiring people for events or just typical things that are going to go on with owning a business.
Yeah, we had three separate things running at each game. So we had the trailer downstairs in the fan zone. We had the Legacy All-American Suites booth running in the suites area, and then we had the concession stand on the second deck. So, I mean, we were running around like crazy. I mean, I was so tired. I was so tired. Oh my gosh.
Well, that's what you were saying before.
Yeah.
You would think from the outside you just set people to manage it, but you managed all three locations. No. And if people have ever been to any stadium anywhere, especially a college stadium, it's
especially
massive.
Kyle Field. Oh my God, Kyle Field! I think it's the second biggest stadium to LSU.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I'm not the football guru.
But you had to run between all three of them all the time and deal with all the problems and the issues. And nothing's going to just run smooth.
It never did.
No.
Not a second of it ran smoothly, but we did it. We did it, and we're here. We're still standing. We're still breathing. And
when you get done with those days,
it's just incredible. You're exhausted, and you go, okay, I can sleep in the morning. I'll think about all this tomorrow. And then you wake up and you go, oh my God, we did that yesterday. That is so cool. We were in Kyle Field. My business is in Kyle Field. What? That is nuts. But other than that, the biggest event that we've done to date was in November at Formula One in Austin.
Oh, that place is cool.
It was nuts.
What is it? The Racetrack of America?
The racetrack, Circuit of America.
Yeah, Circuit of Americas. That's what it's called. That's a cool place.
It was really cool. I've been with my dad as a little girl, and it was just the coolest experience to be a part of. And then for them to reach out and say, hey, we want Donut Darlin to be at the International Formula One race. And
Jeez.
And I'm over here going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
How do you get that far? Like,
It's
you
just,
didn't...
it's just, it's been word of mouth. It's been social media. It's been the story. And yeah, it sells itself. So I hope that it can inspire people. And I hope that, people see it and want to be a part of it.
But there's a lot of hustle involved in that. It's
Tons
gotta
of it.
be.
Oh my gosh.
But to get to like Formula One racing, like that's not just some like 2-bit. Kyle Field, Formula One racing. This whole thing is there's a 22-year-old, not even 23 yet, 22 years old, and you're doing these major things out of one van and one trailer.
Yeah.
You gotta say that to make it a reality.
We had so we had that Saturday was the UTSA game as well. So the Friday, Saturday, Sunday was the Formula One race, and we had the trailer there all 3 days. But UTSA was still running. So that Friday night after Formula One, I jump in the car, I bring a buddy, and we drive all the way to College Station Friday night after the race. Wake up, run the game at the stadium with all the concessions. As soon as that's done, we pack up, head straight home, and work F1 the next day. It was crazy. And then while I was at UTSA, I had 4 girls, or 3 girls and Russian, my donut dude, running things in Austin, and we're running things in College Station. So at this point, I need a second trailer. So
yeah, so you had to pull. Oh man, you had to pull the trailer back with you from the F1.
No,
you left somebody
couldn't.
there, right?
I couldn't. I actually pulled out of the fan zone that game in order to do the Formula One race. But I still had the concession stands in the stadium running, so I had to run back and schedule and hire girls to work that one.
So it's just you managing all those people.
All of them.
Between the Formula One and that on the
Formula
same day,
One,
same weekend.
same weekend, all of it.
Managing all the employees.
And I wasn't gonna say no. The second that they said, "Hey, you want to be in Formula One?" I said, "We're already booked, but yeah, I'll be there." Like,
so this is like the best thing. Like, do you want to do this? Yes.
Always say yes.
Can you make it happen? Yes.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, we will. I mean,
then you leave and go, how are we going to figure this out?
How are we going to do this? Yeah, how are we going to do this? I don't know. We'll figure it out. And we end up figuring it out. It's crazy.
And making it happen.
You have to. You have to. No is not an option. Failure is not an option in an entrepreneurial world. So
it's just like, if it doesn't work, figure out a different path.
You have to. You have to make it work, no matter what. No matter how hard it is. No matter how much it costs. You got to do it.
No matter how much it costs.
No matter how much of an expensive lesson it is, you got to do it. You got to learn them.
I was about to say, you have the expensive lessons because the buck stops with you. You pay all the bills.
Yeah, you got to learn them. And it's going to suck learning them, firsthand. But if you don't, you can't grow.
It's weird how those are the most memorable lessons, though.
They really are.
You're like, I don't want to do that again. I'm not going to do that again.
Not going to do that again.
You remember what happened last time I paid this guy that and didn't, whatever it is, It
was, there's been just so much in the past 2.5 years since I first started. It's been a lot, and I'm so thankful for all of it, especially even the whole community, the whole town, and even outside, Waco and Austin, it's starting to grow towards Houston, Magnolia, Spring area. So, it's getting there. We're spreading out. I'm very excited to see where we go.
Do you do the stuff with Chip and Joanna still?
I do. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
We were up there this past October for the celebration in Waco. And then we'll be up there again next spring in March for the Spring at the Silos.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep, so come see us there. It'll be on my website, donutdarlin.com. So you can come, look at the whole schedule of everything that we've got going on, photos and all kinds of services and everything up there.
Well, what kind of things? So I have my daughter. Mm-hmm. She's really growing up awesome. I couldn't be happier.
Oh,
the luckiest
she's
person.
So cute. She's adorable.
Yeah, it's just I'm really proud of her.
Good.
I don't think anybody could get that lucky with that good of a teenager.
Yes.
But I can see things in her and the way she goes. So somebody like her, she's 15. Uh-huh. What kind of advice do you give when you go and talk to a crowd of, like my daughter Kendra, who is super interested in a wide variety of things and just looking to get into their own thing?
You just have to try it out. I mean, so I didn't know necessarily what I wanted to do with my life until I saw the trailer. Swear to God. Swear to God. I was in construction because my parents did construction, and I said, maybe this is what I want to do. I don't necessarily know. I know that you don't have to graduate and, use your degree. You don't necessarily have to do that. You just need to get this certificate. But, I still wanted to find my place in college. I still wanted to figure out what I wanted to do. And she's got so much time. I mean, she really does, because I had no idea. I mean, you look back on my third grade drawing, I have a little book, and it said, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I drew a picture of me wanting to swim with Shamu. So, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I mean, you just play around and see what you love. It's trial and error, and that's all the business has been for me, is trial and error. And the second you find something you love, the second your heart drops, you have to run with it, and it will. And everything comes with time. I am totally a believer that, we're on a path, and that, you're going to find your calling and your purpose and that sort of thing. And I found it within the trailer, and that was in 2017. And I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I had no idea where I was going with it, but I knew that I could probably do something pretty cool. And if you trust in yourself, again, bet on yourself, figure out a way to make it happen. I say the world is your oyster, but the world is your donut. The world is your donut. There you go.
It seems like you enjoy the rush of the actual, going to the events, putting them on.
I do.
You enjoy that whole process from, I could see the joy in your face from running back and forth from Formula One to the game, and then you completed it, and you're like, yes, it's a victory. It doesn't. The money's
in the moment.
Reward
it's
for
not
the fun.
In the moment, yeah, it's really not. I mean, because with those contracts and stuff, you don't even get paid for a while. So you are just kind of floating all that employment costs and all of that.
That's something I didn't even think about.
You're floating all of those food costs, employment costs, and it gets a little hefty in there, and it's a little bit stressful, but they killed it. Everyone who worked the whole stadium, they did so awesome, and I could not be more thankful for them. So now it's just kind of the waiting game, and at least now you know that everything you're making is profit.
Yeah.
It's coming back. I just have to wait. Yeah.
I made it.
Just it's kind of like we can just breathe, and it's kind of the stress is off for the whole football season with that, the whole stadium thing, but gosh, it was such a fun experience to be a part of that.
That's what I'm saying. You like the adrenaline rush of actually
I love it.
Finishing a project versus putting it on the in between, the start to finish, and then when you get done, that was successful.
That was so good. Yeah, and I have never sold as many donuts out of the trailer as I did at Formula One weekend.
Whoa.
That was record breaking for the trailer of how much we did out of for that weekend.
Do you had to run to the store and get extra product and stuff? One of those
yep.
Oh my gosh, we're going too fast. Somebody go quick.
One of those, we're out. Yeah, you're taking the van to the store, so you better go drive to Buda because that's the closest HEB you can find.
Yeah, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, Circuit of Americas is kind of in the right outside of Austin.
Yeah, you don't even know it's there. You just drive along.
Just this huge random track, but the only one in America. So the fact that Donut Darlin was there,
I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Yes, and we did so well there. They loved it, and hopefully we'll be invited back for more concerts and stuff at Austin 360. Just all of the races and stuff they've got going on and events out there at the Circuit of America's track. But that was a really, really cool opportunity to be a part of.
Dude, how does such a small, one little trailer get all that stuff? It's blowing my mind if you really think about it.
So much volume. So those little fryers that we have, the ones that we use now, we had 4 of those running at Formula One. And we've got Russian in the back, and shout out to you, my boy. I know on the last one he was pretty upset I didn't give him a shout out because he is my go-to. I'm so serious. He cooked, I don't even know, thousands of donuts that weekend.
Well, now his name's been mentioned a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Russian.
Shout out, Rush. Come on, boy. You're my boy, bro. You don't be listening to this one.
Yeah, a lot of people actually, like, I got so many comments on the last one of, like, how inspiring it was. Like, I guess you were 21 at the time.
I was 21.
You're 21. You're 21.
I just started drinking.
This business. You have a van with a trailer. Everybody loves your donuts, but I think they were more impressed with like I said, the mindset of, at that age, you weren't concerned so much with going out and partying and, like, focusing on, like, people say they got to go find themselves or whatever that means. And you were, like, driven, like, no, this is what I enjoy to do, and I'm going to latch onto it.
Yeah, I found myself in this whole business. I really did. I mean, looking back on it, I struggled a lot in college trying to find a place to fit in. You know, I was in a completely male organization, like construction. It was 95% male, and so I had 5 girls in there, and that I graduated with, and so they're killing it somewhere out there in the construction world. I know they are. Yeah. But I was the only one that said, not doing this. I'm gonna do something else. But thankfully I did. So yeah, I love it.
I'm much happier than construction.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Oh my gosh, so much more fun. Dirt.
Yeah.
Ew. Ew. I tried. I did. I graduated 4 years, and I never changed my major. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
4 years, finishing school while running a business your own.
You can do
and
it.
People
Anyone can do it.
They don't have time.
People will say, and like me, I say I don't have time to work out, but that's probably because I don't have time to work out. I'm very busy. But yeah, no, my passion is with my business. I found myself in the trailer and the brand, and I branded myself on it, and I hope that I can do this the rest of my life.
Cause that's where you place your priorities.
Yeah.
Like, your priority is there, and then other things come second.
I tried the organizations, I tried the sororities and all of that, but I truly found myself in what I love doing, and that was the day I found the trailer.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because a lot of people pass up on it because it's scary.
It's scary, yes.
You know, it's like, ooh, what if I do fail? Like, what if it does go down?
You can't play the what if game. What if you succeed?
What
if you kill it? What if you freaking succeed? What if you grow up and be a millionaire because of it?
I've had this thought a lot about, like, lately, like, people talk about regret, and you see like missing your opportunities, and I was thinking, you know, the actual way to erase all your regret would be to start now, no matter what age you are, and say yes to something, or go do something that you like to do, or look into it, start the process of some sort of thing.
Say yes, all the time. Never say no. Say yes to absolutely everything, and then figure out how to get it done afterwards. You cannot say no to an opportunity. You have no idea where it's leading you, where it's taking you. And if you're lucky enough, you'll find something that you truly love doing and that you can do every day and make an income. Make an income while making an impact is what I like to say.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's
make
a good
an
one.
Income while making an impact.
Mm-hmm.
That's
a good one.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
That's a real
like,
good
speaking
one.
of schools, like, you have your trailer, and you would think it's just a bottom line thing, but then now you're helping other people. You're just sharing the knowledge. You have to just share your abundant mindset of just like, hey, come on in.
Hey, you can do this. Yeah, you follow my steps. Like, I'll show you how to do it.
It's refreshing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's nice to. It's refreshing to me even to have people come up to me and go, I've been following you everywhere. I love what you do. I have this idea. Can I talk to you about it? And I said, let's go get coffee. And so we go get coffee, and we talk about all the ideas and all of the struggles that are going to come with it, and licensing, taxes, all of the crap that comes with it. We talk about it all, and I hope they learn a lot from it. You know, I know I'm only 22. I don't have much knowledge, but I know that.
You have so much more knowledge than most everybody.
I try. I really try. But it's all through experience. So to be able to share the experience and my story with people is more so where I like to.
So that's why I say yes.
Yeah.
The reason, like, if you would think about it, you know, you hear everybody say, like, just say yes, just do it, act.
Yeah.
But, like, with acting comes experience. And then the experience gives you the knowledge.
Yeah, the knowledge.
Then you're educated. That's how you really get educated.
Yeah. And I mean, college was great. I learned a lot of stuff in college, but I never learned near the amount of things that I've learned just going and putting myself in the field and just completely absorbing everything that I could possibly learn. And I'm still learning. Oh my gosh, I've got so much to learn, and I can't wait to see how much I know. Say what? We do this podcast another year from now.
That would be awesome.
We should do that. We should do like a yearly podcast.
Like an anniversary.
Yeah. What's this crazy girl doing now?
What's Donut Darlin up to now?
That'd be really cool. I would love to be able to do something with y'all. But yeah.
Well, what's the future now? Where are you branching out to? Where are you going now?
So yeah, I kind of was talking a little bit about wanting to move more towards the Houston area to be able to kind of merge both the College Station and Houston market, and be able to start there as well. Because we travel there all the time, but to be able to just completely saturate yourself in Houston area. I may have to get a second trailer to do that. Looking, actually, if anyone knows of a place to set up in town, I'm looking for a place to set up starting January 2020, regularly 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. in the mornings.
So every day they can see you at this exact spot.
Every day they can see me at the same spot. Yes, I need. I want to do that specifically for my due diligence to see, how we would do for a drive-through. If it does the town want to drive through, or do we want more catering trailers? So.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
And it's like a tester.
It's a tester. It's a tester that doesn't cost any money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely doesn't lose you the same amount of money.
Yeah.
If it does,
especially when I'm comparing it to building a drive-through, a free alone standing drive-through.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another point of advice. If it's not broken, don't fix it. So, yeah, I'm not gonna fix it. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Keep the trailers. Maybe get a second one. One for catering, one for daily setup. Hopefully out here on the south side of College Station, so we can get the students on the way to the university, as well as all the moms on the way to school with the kiddos and things. There's tons of elementaries and middle schools and high schools out here, and I want kiddos and moms to be able to swing through and grab coffee, espressos, any sort of drink you want, all my donuts and flavors, and it be a drive-through with the trailer. So you don't have to get out of your car. We'll have a girl standing out front with an iPad.
Oh, really?
Run this like Chick-fil-A, and yeah, Chick-fil-A kills it. We can kill it.
So full service. I can drop my daughter off at high school and then just oh yeah, by the way, give me a coffee and some donuts.
Yeah, coffee and donuts. Swing through the trailer drive-through, and we'll get you fixed up.
That's such a great idea.
I think so too. Yeah. So I'm now starting to brainstorm and kind of look around town to see if there is an open spot with enough space for traffic flow. In town.
Well, there's tons of traffic flow in South College Station. Yeah. There's schools everywhere over here.
Well, yeah, as far as traffic flow, but as far as enough space that we can have traffic flow and not
they're going to be able to drive through.
The city won't come in and say, this ain't working, Taylor. You're going to have to move this somewhere else, preferably outside the city limits.
But you have to get permits, don't you, to set up on stuff like that?
Permits, licenses, permits.
They're like, we want our money.
Everyone needs a cut, but I guess that's how it works. So it's the price of doing business.
Yep. It's the price of being able, I guess, you want to be able to park in a reputable area. You got to, you get what you pay for. That's what they always say. You get what you pay for. It's kind of true.
It's kind of true. It is, especially. But yeah, so looking to do that in town. True end game is to franchise the trailer to other young women entrepreneurs who are in school and not really knowing what to do and needing kind of a little saving grace trailer to come by, just like it did for me, and to be able to share my story and to show girls that I did this, I've proven it to work, you can do it too. I'll outline the steps for you, and for 6 months I'll show you, I'll book you out your trailer in your town, in your city, and here's how to do it. I'll give them the whole book on how to do it. On how awesome. I did it.
Pay it forward.
Yeah, pay it forward, and then build their success, because their success is your success. And then hopefully within the next 5 years, I will be in the business of not selling donuts, but selling Donut Darlins. That would be really, really cool.
That'd
be really, really cool.
It sounds exciting.
I mean, yeah, it's just like, why not?
To think you have that goal, like, you know?
Yeah, I want to inspire people to do it. So why not use my story to show other young women entrepreneurs that you don't have to go. You know, college sets you up saying you need to go get a job. You need to go work for a great company so you can go make them money. But why don't you start from scratch, struggle? It's going to be hard, but in the end game, you're going to be able to, I think you'll win. Yeah, if you put enough into it.
I mean, as long as you're that person, yeah. I mean, there's some people that don't want. I think
that's going to be the hardest part, is finding that girl who is interested and just fully 150 million% committed.
It's tough because you hear people say it all the time, like,
I could do this. I'm
an entrepreneur. Yeah. Like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But then they don't actually do it. They're just like, it's a dream of theirs, but they don't really want it.
It can be scary. I get it. I mean, but you got to truly want it. You got to believe you can do it, and you have to bet on yourself.
Yeah.
You have to bet on yourself because, and yeah, I mean, all the liabilities on you. You got to get up and work every morning. You got to get up and do something to make money. But the fact that you have the trailer and the opportunity to get up every morning and go set up shop wherever you want to set up, if you've got the permit to do so, you can make money. I mean, it's easy. It's simple. It's the lemonade stand. It's the little girl's dream at the end of her driveway is to sell lemonade. That's kind of what we've been able to do. It just turned it into a completely adult business. I'm that lemonade stand on steroids.
You drive around. Do you ever go in the really early in the mornings to places and do things really early, so the early people who get up and go to work at 6?
Well, that's what I kind of want to do right now. I haven't started doing that. We do 4 to 5 events a week of all catered events. So it's going to be apartment complexes that are doing residency appreciation events, or the hospital, or just all these different places that you can come find the trailer. But I want it to be more accessible to those people who are just driving to work in the morning. And that's why I'm looking for a place currently to set up in town so we can get that regular traffic every morning.
So you'd be there really early so that people that...
6 to 11. Just all day, every day. And then the afternoon be able to book out those events with the trailer until we can get a second one that can handle one for catering, one for food trucking.
That's awesome.
It's going to be a lot.
What an awesome plan.
I love it. I know. It's all good. Life's so good.
Do you ever get into stuff not the Formula One situation, but do you ever find yourself at any point double booking yourself because you're so busy that, keeping track of your calendar? Are you really good at organizing this stuff, or you have people do that for you?
Oh my gosh. That's kind of the part that, okay, so I'm such a personable person. So I love to get out. I love to meet people. I love to be in public. I love to, just get out there and talk to people. And the whole scheduling and the marketing and the social media behind it is probably my biggest struggle. I'm not a fan of social, I work really hard to produce good content, and I love being able to share the story and stuff. But I find myself not being able to keep up with all of the new trends and stuff on social media and things, because, and a bunch of people my age just know so much more about social media than I do because I'm so busy with the business. And it's that's just something I'm not necessarily as good at is keeping track of my events and booking and things like that. But thankfully with my friend, she's kind of taught me how to use Google Calendar instead of my little planner. I had an old school really cute planner because I love to see it sitting in front of me, and it's all in my cute handwriting and my stickers and things. Every girl has one of those planners, but I needed to be able to get it to where the public can see my whole calendar. So now we've got Google Calendar, and you can see every event on my website. So I am slowly starting to learn online
So if somebody wanted to book from you, they can go to that calendar and see if you have an open date on. Oh, I have an event here. Can we do that?
And they can literally book it on the website.
Oh, they can book?
They can book it on the website.
Book your events too.
They can book
it's not just to show where you are. It's no, I can book an event.
No, I can book an event, and I can show up on her calendar if I want to.
Oh, that is genius.
Oh, it's genius. And I leave it all up to my little marketing guru.
How cool is that? Like, they can just go... I don't know I can't think of any that would do something where you could just go book an event online, make it that easy. Yeah. Pricing and everything is there too?
Yeah, we have our services page as well. So you can look up pricing and, events. We can do... I've got public events on there. I've got private events. We've got the cakes on there as well as delivery. So, whatever you want.
Do you do special cakes, like just cakes where people can come pick them up from you?
Yeah, I deliver them. You don't even have to get in your car.
You'll just deliver the cake by itself. You don't even have to be setting up for an event there.
No, I deliver cakes all the time.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what events you've got going on, but if you need a donut cake, call me. Tell me what your colors are. Tell me what your theme is, and I'll make it real cute.
This is all like genius ideas, like making this stuff. Like, did you just come up with that stuff out of thin, like one thing roll? How did you get into start delivering cakes then?
I saw it on Pinterest. I saw that someone had made a donut hole cake, and I said, I could do that. What? And I had a bride say, hey, is there any way that you can make a donut hole cake? And I said, yes. That's all I said was yes.
And then you made the cake?
And then I made the cake, and it was awesome. And it was huge. It was way too big, but it was awesome. And
so how did people find out about that? Like, how did you get into delivering them then? Like, how did it work into doing that? People just hear like, hey, I want a cake. And you're like, okay, I'll make it and deliver it.
I said, yeah, I'll make it and deliver it. And I just price it out in my head and go, this is how much I think it's worth. And if you want to pay for it, then I'll make it for you. And it's pretty good price. I mean, a wedding cake is close to $1,000. A typical wedding cake that you get at every wedding. But these brides are wanting to do things more now that are super trendy and super different and nothing, just something no one's seen before. And so these cakes are really cool, and I only charge $240 a cake. So they spend a total of about $500 for 2 cakes, way bigger than they could have imagined. But it's okay. She got a lot of bang for her buck.
Somebody should do, like, if you could make it happen, a wedding cake with the bride and the groom made out of donuts that are 4 feet tall.
We'll make it happen.
Whatever
Somebody
you need to do that.
Whatever
so
you need.
That you can take that picture.
I may need to call a cake boss for that one. That one's like an intense, like sculpture. I don't know if I'm that talented, but I could try. And I'll say yes and do it. We'll say yes and figure it out after. Yeah. We'll do it. Screw it. We'll do it. It'll be good.
That's so awesome.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Where, like, I guess Donut Darlin is a website. Mm-hmm. You've got Instagram. And if anybody's a hardworking female out there that is looking for job opportunities.
Yeah, job opportunities, or even if you're interested in even like, listening to this podcast and saying, I could do that. Message me, text me. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to have coffee. I'd love to get to know you as a person, get to know you as an entrepreneur, and just
kind of sounds like you could go into the consulting business.
I would love to. That would be a great avenue as well to go.
All right, anybody that wants to just hit her up. Yeah, so come and consult for you.
If you want to talk, if you want to have a conversation, if you want donuts, if you need coffee. If you need a hug, whatever you need, I got you. Whatever you need.
If you need a hug,
I'm there. I'm your donut girl.
Fantastic. Yes. Well, I know we had talked about something. So, what are we gonna do for this podcast?
Okay, so we're doing a little deal, guys. This is gonna be super cool. We're thinking, kind of, if you follow Erin's podcast over here, 9FiveAdventures, get a friend to follow and come up to us, see us afterwards at the trailer. If you come to the trailer, you'll get 50% off of your order, and the code for that is going to be Sprinkles50. So if you want to listen to more stuff that we've got and more of Erin's great podcast that he has, you can have a friend, share it with them. Share it on Facebook, share it on Instagram, get a friend to follow and start listening to the podcast. And you're welcome to come up to the trailer at any public event with the code Sprinkles50, and we will get you 50% off of your entire order.
I I was like blown away when you came up with that idea. I was like, are you sure you want to do 50? That's a whole lot.
Oh, we're doing 50%. Yes. Get a friend to listen to Aaron's podcast. He's got great content on everything, all of the great people that you bring in here. And I love listening to what you got to say and
awesome.
all of the people.
Now I'm going to blush.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to blush.
Good. I love what you do here. I really do. I love what you do. And you're growing. We're all growing. Small business, supporting other small businesses. And yeah, I support it. So. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Tag everybody that you know and do the same for her on the Donut Darlin on Instagram, Facebook.
If you want 50% off, we gotta prove it. You're gonna follow, get your friend to follow Aaron's podcast, and we'll get you hooked up at the trailer.
I'm gonna keep track of all of her upcoming events and blast it out on my social media. And at the beginning of the podcast, you'll be able to hear because I post them right away whenever I get them. So I do a podcast. And if it's not that same day, it's the next morning after I get done with the intro and everything. So
Sprinkles 50.
Sprinkles 50. Don't forget, or if you do forget, I mean, you'll pay
full price. So don't forget.
It is. But it would really help. Like working together, it gets more people to her thing, and then also, kind of lets us know how many people support the podcast. So it does a 2-for thing. So we really both would appreciate you going and saying Sprinkles 50 at her trailer.
At my trailer. Mm-hmm.
And tell Russian that you love him.
Yes, he'll be there. He is, and I know he's probably sitting at home waiting, going, I wonder if she's going to say my name at her podcast today.
Yeah, next code's going to have to be like Russian 50.
Yeah, Russian 50. Russian 50, that's the next code. Oh my gosh. He's going to die when he hears this. I can't wait to.
That's awesome. Well, Taylor, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much for having me, Aaron.
And in another year.
Yeah, one more year. We'll have another one.
One more year.
It'll be good.
All right, thanks.
Thanks.